Only one type of burger. For every pallet. Fries are extra. Large in size. We've got the shakes. Going over the brim.
Hey, this is Chris from JCW's. Put a positive, delicious spin on your day at any one of our 5 locations. In Lehigh, American Fork, Provo, South Jordan, or Harriman. JCW's, quality and a lot of it.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the biggest name.
You're locked into JJ and Alex. With the insight and analysis on the teams you can't live without. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome back, everybody. It's JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, your radio home of the Utah Mammoth. Joining us on the program right now, he is one of your Utah Mammoth. In fact, he's the newest member of the Mammoth. MacKenzie Weegar, defenseman, coming in, of course, at the trade deadline, just before the trade deadline. And we heard so many good things about how big of a deal this was going to be for this blue line and for this team in the locker room. MacKenzie Weegar right now joins us on the program. Thanks for being with us, Weegs.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing great.
We love it, man. Boy, that 6-2 win in L.A. Let's just go right to the – I want to ask you all sorts of things, but just like the fresh on the top of the mind, 6-2 win down in L.A., it was clutch. It felt like a little bit of – I mean, we don't even know what playoff hockey here in Utah feels like, but that's as close as we've gotten as a franchise here. To be able to get that win down there at their place and so decisively, how did that go?
Yeah, it was great. Huge win. I think there was, lots of chat after the game that we lost at home. We needed a big bounce-back win. I've heard, all season long how, this team does a great job at bouncing back. And I think that game was, great for our mindset. I think that playoff hockey mentality, you're going into LA, another team fighting for that, wild card spot. And we jumped right all over the, right in the first period. And, we knew it was going to be a big game for our group. And we definitely, made it well aware that that's our spot, that's our wild card, and it's going to be tough to take it from us. So that's the mindset we need going forward here.
I listened to post-game interviews after the Edmonton loss and after the Capitals loss, and you guys said a lot of the right things. And on Saturday, you went out and did them. How difficult is that to know what needs to change and then go out and do it? And what were those things that needed to change?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough, right? Because, I think the leadership group here is great, and we do say the right things, and, there's a lot of accountability in that locker room, and but we all got to go out there and show that we're going to learn from the mistakes. And I thought the things that needed to change were a little bit of we've been getting leads, and it's just holding on to the lead, how to defend that lead. And I think for most of the time, it's just not sitting back, just keep going, keep attacking. And in LA, I think we did that. They kind of had a little bit of a push in the second period, and we handled it well. And power play and the PK are showing up at the right time, which is huge for our group. But it's mostly just how did we defend, that lead and kind of finish teams and put them away. So I think that's been kind of our focus right now. And it was a big stepping stone for our group in LA.
Obviously getting traded away from a team mid-season, to do that for you, to walk away from Calgary was to sign that or to waive that no-trade clause. And, I think that we benefit here, obviously, from you doing that. What went in? What was the full deal kind of went into the decision-making of, I feel like we could do something here? Because I think a lot of people just go, well, it was just bad. He just want to get out of there. It's not about that, too. At some point in your career, you want to find the right place where you want to land, and do you feel like you did that with Utah?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's any question about that. But like you said, it's not an easy decision. I've talked about it, to many people, we really enjoyed Calgary, and we obviously had really great relationships there. So it wasn't an easy decision, but there's a lot of things that go in it. The team here, the city, ownership, organization, lots of that. And we went over everything, and we got it all here. And I think the biggest thing for me was, the timeline to win. I think it's the same timeline, that I got on my contract here, 5 more years. And the core group of guys here, young kids who are unbelievable players that are signed here for long term. Leadership group's great. The city's absolutely awesome. It's stunning. Ownership is, like everybody knows, it's they treat you, with full class. It's A1 here. So when I did decide to do to waive my no move, we came up with all those reasons, and it was just a no-brainer. Obviously, Calgary was going in a little bit of a different direction, and I think both sides handled it really well. And I think for myself and my career, my family, my friends, we all agreed that this is a great place to do that, and I really want to win, and I believe Utah can win in that timeline.
Yeah, and as you look at this roster and this team, I'm sure you saw an opportunity as well on the ice. What role do you want to play on this team, and what? Obviously, we know what position you play, but what do you want to bring to this team that maybe was missing before they acquired you at the deadline?
Yeah, I think it's just that stability on the back end. Can defend and join the rush. That leadership, I can definitely help out the younger kids, but for me, it's just providing that stability on the back end, adding depth to the back end, playing hard, physical hockey, blocking shots, kind of doing the little things, the details that, go a long way, I think, in playoffs and this time of year, Obviously, it's been an absolute treat playing with Sergei, so if I can just get him the puck, make him feel great, let him get up in the rush and do his thing. Just make guys, feel good out there, comfortable. And like I said, I just play that kind of hard-nosed hockey, and, that's a fun part of the game for me is just, getting in people's faces and, kind of roughing it up a little bit out there. But while, getting the puck to these young kids who can, who have so much talent and so much skill, they want the puck, and I feel like I can help get them the puck while playing a physical game. And I think for Utah, I think that's kind of what you need right now this time of year. So I like to think that I can kind of do everything pretty good. So a little bit of that Swiss Army knife back there.
We get to have a weekly conversation with Bear Torney, the head coach, and you guys have some sort of a background, I think, of the national team in Canada and being able to cross paths. What have you thought of Bear prior to coming here? And when you saw he was the coach and you say, you know what, I know this guy, I know what he can do. Is that type of knowing that, does that go into some of the decision making, or could you even give us some of that insight as what Bear is like as a coach?
Yeah, Bear's been great. I've known Bear for quite a while now. I knew him when he coached the 67s, and his kids would come into, my training facility. So he would come down there and poke his head in there and kind of, intimidate the players a little bit and make sure that we're lifting pretty heavy and we're moving our butts pretty good. So, but it's been great. I had him over at Worlds, and won gold with him. It definitely influenced my decision to come here, just having a great relationship with him. But he's a great coach. I think he says a lot of the right things, all the time. He's got a great game plan before games. He's super intense at the right times, but then he's also got, a really good side of him where he wants the best for his players. And I think, for us as a group in there, we have, he's got our respect, and he definitely gives out, his respect as well to us. So it goes both ways. And, he does a great job at handling that part of the game. But I think he's just done a great job. And the whole coaching staff that, I know Mara a little bit from the 67 days as well. He's coaching the D. He's been great, just getting me comfortable here as fast as I can. And, everybody's just been a real good fit for myself. And Bear's just, he's leading the charge, and he's doing a really good job. So I've enjoyed playing under him right now.
fans here in Utah are hanging on every game right now, and it's probably not healthy. If you know what I mean. You know what it's like. Hockey's a marathon, not a sprint, but we're sprinting right now because this is fun and we've never experienced this before in this market.
Yeah.
How do you approach the last 8 games of this regular season? 5-point lead for that number 1 wild card spot, which is hanging on to that spot is so huge. How do you guys manage that? Because we in the media and fans here aren't dealing with it very well.
That's all right. It's supposed to be that time of year, right? It's super intense, and we're in a great spot. We're in a great position, and for us, it's just game by game. We're not getting too ahead of ourselves. We're just looking at our next game against Seattle, and like you said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint for us, but it's so exciting. You can kind of feel the buzz around the city, and all you got. It's this time of year when you're playing for a playoff spot and you're in a great position. Like this is so much fun to be a part of. I was telling some of the guys, a month ago I was kind of getting prepared to go, who knows, down south or something, and now I'm sitting in the dressing room getting all fired up before these games. So it's not easy to get to where we are. It's a special place to be. So I hope the fans are really enjoying it. I know you guys are hanging on tight, but I don't know if there's too much worry in our group. We're a confident group in there. We believe that we're going to get in playoffs, and we're going to make some noise in playoffs. So get geared up. It's just getting started for you guys.
Sweet.
MacKenzie Weegar, defenseman for the Mammoth, one of the few of the pieces of this team who can actually rent a car, because he's old enough to. There are a lot of young guys, as you said, and it is cool to see this core together, and we're really excited to see what can happen over the next couple of years. But we're glad to have you in town, and we appreciate you taking some time out. And best of luck. Stay healthy, number 1, so we can see everybody on the ice in the playoffs.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on, and looking forward to growing the relationship.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Weeks.
MacKenzie Weegar. Oh, my goodness. We don't do ourselves any favors from a mental health standpoint, do we?
It's fun. Like you said, it's fun.
We just don't.
This is why you follow it. I mean, would you rather be following the Canucks
right now? No, I know,
now?
but every game, and actually
there's
for
no
me,
stress in Vancouver right now.
Right, and that's true.
That's a different kind of stress.
Oof. I will say, though,
this is fun.
It's not just every game, too. Like, my kids are hanging on to every period. Like, they are just – it's wild to see how the game will grow on you. And, I mean, I'm going to be honest, my kids enjoy hockey more than most of the other sports at this point. I think football, when fall comes around, it'll still be king, thank heavens. But my kids are hockey dudes now.
It's just so much fun to have guys like MacKenzie Weegar, and we talk to these guys occasionally when they come on, and it's great to hear from them. They're just good guys, and they're relatable, and this team is so much fun. And, yeah, there's ups and downs. There's highs and lows. Last week sucked. Watching those 2 games, like, what's wrong with these guys? And then they go out there and do what they did on Saturday. Like, yeah, I love this team.
6-2.
That's part of the fun, right?
6-2.
That's why we hang on to this. It's entertainment, and these guys entertain for better or worse. They entertain, and they're in position. He's right, and I'm glad that they are level-headed and they see the big picture, because the truth is they're exactly where you want to be. Would you rather be the Predators or the Kings or the Kraken right now? And of course not.
No, you're running people down, which is not.
You've got the 5-point lead with 8 games left. You are in prime position. Just handle your business. That doesn't mean you're going to win every game down the stretch here, but handle your business, and you should hold on to that. There's no excuse for blowing a 5-point lead right now, unless you do overthink it, unless you do get too caught up in the highs and lows of the moment.
So appreciate MacKenzie Weegar, appreciate the Mammoth hooking us up with him, and anytime that there's been like a new player who's come in, they've been quick to say, hey, you guys want to get to know Nate Schmidt? You want to get to you want to get these guys in and get them on. And by the way, the guys who are older are the ones who come in and go, I've done these radio interviews before. I know how to handle this thing. But we did come. I'm proud of us that we didn't come up short and just be like, do you like it in Utah here? He kind of answers those questions for us. Hey, do you like me? Hey, do you like me?
Hey, you had a dirty soda yet? What do you think of those?
Have you been to Red Iguana? You should try the mole. Am I saying that right? Yeah, I always love being able to dip in with these guys. Now, that being said, over the weekend I did find so one of the kind of national podcasts that covers all things hockey, the Empty Netters podcast, they came to take in a Mammoth game, and it took a lot of editing out for our producer, Alex Napolis, to do this, so we appreciate it. Because
you mean a hockey podcast that
hockey
swears?
podcast did some cussing.
No.
All right? I think we got them all. So
We're about to find out.
We all listened to it just to make sure, just because it was
Keep your head
so
close to the dump button.
absolutely tied up there. But this is what they had to say of their experience coming in and experiencing a game at the newest barn in all of the NHL, the newest city in all of the NHL. And here's what they had to say about it.
Utah Mammoth, this is going to be one of the premier destinations for every NHL player for the next 50 years. It's unbelievable. We hit up fans going, where should we go pregame? Everyone kept saying flanker, 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 flanker. The bar was awesome. Dan was finding secret compartments, secret rooms inside a flanker. Full-on saloon, speakeasy bar with a bowl. They have a mechanical bowl back there.
I tore my groin last time I did that.
So then we go in early, we get to Delta Center. The show at Delta Center was electric. There was a laser show on the ice around the building. They dropped down this iceberg with tusks on it. The boys come ripping out of that. The place was going nuts. They handed out white Tusk Up t-shirts to everyone in the barn, sitting on every seat. Those things were flying around. It was a vibe. I was fired up for this game.
So Tusky found us, and we had done a blind ranking of mascots and put him second, and he came by and faced us. Absolutely faced us.
Blind ranking, NHL best pots, number 1 Nashcast, number 2 Empty House. And listen, I'm happy to be nominated.
My respect for Tusky is through the roof after that chirp. He doesn't forget.
He's an elephant brain, Dan. Elephants don't forget.
So spot on.
The second intermission, we get access to the Toyota Club. And dude, this place is massive, first of all, and a whole awesome spread. Just like food all over the place. But the desserts, Ev, the desserts were incredible.
We've discovered that Utah and Mormons love their sugar. And they've got swig, the dirty soda stuff. Shout out all the swig gals.
So can you explain what a dirty soda is? Because I'm not entirely sure.
Dirty soda is just any soda. I mean, they have like a preset flavors and names and cool stuff on the menu. It's just soda, any soda you want, with pumps of syrup flavoring and then cream. It was just a perfect trip. Honest to God, I can't imagine a situation where a team takes better care of us. Cannot wait to come back for playoffs, because I promise you, you're going to have to beat us away with sticks to keep us out of this city, because this was just unreal.
Well, appreciate your thoughts.
There's a ringing endorsement for Salt Lake.
There you go. I just am, you're welcome. Empty Netters podcast. There you go. You guys can have fun with that. It is interesting because I think recently you had, Connor Ingram left, and he didn't say a lot of nice things about Utah after he left.
Oh, okay.
The former goaltender.
That's all right.
And that was a bummer for, I think, a lot of us to hear, because it was like, yeah, the city doesn't know enough. It was basically, in a nutshell, the fans don't know hockey. The barn is not a good setup. And, it had some things he didn't like that he said that he didn't like about Utah. And that always bums you out, man. But you have other people who come in and they go, one thing, when you're getting paid, that's great. It's easy to go, yeah, well, I love it here because the check's clear, which wasn't always the case, it felt like, in Arizona, right? And so when you see these guys come in and they go, I love it here. I love it. It's amazing. And all the things that go around it. What's funny is the reputation of Ryan and Ashley Smith just is, he brought it up and he goes, everybody already knows this, but the ownership is top notch. It's like the best. Because they already know that. They probably knew it watching from the outside in. They didn't know who it was. Everybody looked at it and went, Utah as a hockey franchise? I don't know, man. But it makes sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, they go,
That's
I don't
fair.
know.
We haven't had NHL hockey here yet. We've had hockey here a long time, but no one thought of Utah as a hockey place. It's the Jazz, and you think about college football maybe. That's it.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of folks who see this. They see this market, players or not, but they come in. What you can't diss on this market about is, and this is what I really like when you watch these games, Utah goes into other barns, historic barns, beats those teams, and walks away. People come into Delta Center, and they go, yeah, brand new franchise, all the things that go with that, everything. We'll show you guys how it's done. And the reality is, it's big-time hockey. This is big-time hockey here. This isn't like some cute little story where they're 60 points behind in the race here. They're on the verge of the playoffs, and they embarrassed the Kings down in L.A. the other night. In L.A., you always love to see that. I don't care what sport it is. Utah loves to beat L.A. It's fine. So anyway, appreciate the Mammoth and MacKenzie Weegar for doing it. I just think that everything piles on here. The reason I think that missing the playoffs would be such a big deal is that that's the next piece of getting people fired up. Because
that's the next step in our growth here as a hockey market.
Playoff hockey, just from a fan standpoint, is different. It hits different. It plays different. And I don't know how to explain it except for the chaos that happens in the last 2 or 3 minutes of like a game in overtime is like that for the entire 60 minutes of the game. That's the way I kind of see it.
Yeah.
It is so jam-packed. And the reason we're so nervous about this team not making the playoffs is because if you're not going to be able to get there, then you won't experience those feelings. So that's the next version of being able to go, okay, this is what playoff hockey feels like because you've hosted it here, because the team has played it. And the bumps along the way, great. You have a ton of people in the wings waiting in the young development. You've got a young core right now. You got a good mix of veterans in there. You got a guy like Nick Schmaltz who's becoming a star before our eyes. Look how much confidence Kels has in Schmaltz on that line. He just looks for him. He wants to dish the puck to him. Kels loves the assist to Nick Schmaltz.
Yeah, the whole line's had a great year.
Yeah, and they're one of the best in the entire league when it comes to that 1-2 punch. So you can't buy that kind of chemistry.
Krause has been great this year. It's just been fun. It's just a fun team. A lot of great dudes, and they're winning at a high level, and it's great to see.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. More to go around the corner. When we return, we've got ourselves a couple things to jump into. Some BYU Spring Football. Kelly Popinga, the defensive coordinator. Sounds funny to say that still, right? K-Pop going to join us, give us his thoughts on spring so far down there in Provo. Stay right here with us, 97.5 EKSL Sports Zone.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
Hi, this is Alex Kantrowitz. I'm the host of Big Technology Podcast, a longtime reporter and an on-air contributor to CNBC. And if you're like me, you're trying to figure out how artificial intelligence is changing the business world and our lives. So each week on Big Technology, I bring on key actors from companies building AI tech and outsiders trying to influence it, asking where this is all going. They come from places like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and plenty more. So if you want to be smart with your wallet, your career choices, in meetings with your colleagues, and at dinner parties, listen to Big Technology Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know fluoride is not available in Utah water systems? And fluoride supplements work best from 6 months to 16 years old. A healthy smile isn't just about teeth. It's about health and confidence. Your smile matters. Find resources at yoursmileutah.org.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Your home for the best coverage of the Jazz, Utes, and Cougars is right here on The Zone. This is JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome back, everybody. 97.5 EKSL Sports Zone. We were just talking about Utah State spring football. We've heard from Morgan Scally. We'll hear from K-Pop actually down in Provo from last Friday afternoon. They had a late practice media availability, so we'll get you K-Pop's thoughts there. What did you say about Bronco's beard situation? He's let himself go?
He could not get into the testing center at BYU. Let me just say that.
Oh, my gosh. I actually have nightmares about that. I was definitely sent away. And when you wait in line for that long.
Yeah. It's like the soup Nazi on Seinfeld.
Oh, it was
You're
worse.
right there to get your soup, and then they cash you off.
It was worse because you already hate that you're even there. Okay?
Yeah.
My favorite part was so every building on campus they use for church on Sundays too.
Yes.
Like there are some people traumatized by having to do their Sunday meetings in the testing center. Like they had to, like that brings some bad memories back. But for me, I got sent away. I had to go shave, like dry shave with a cruddy razor in the Wilkinson Center bathroom.
Where'd you get the razor?
I bought it at the student store right there. And I bought like a little mini thing of the shaving cream too. But when it's not the same when you're at like a
fresh out of the shower, a little steam on your face.
That's not this. This is you in the sink at the Wilk while some people walk by and go, "You okay, buddy?" Because you look homeless. Because you're shaving at the freaking sink because you want to take a test. Listen to how weird that sounds.
That is.
What are you doing?
Everything you're talking about right now is so weird.
I'm shaving right now. Why? I got to take a test. Like just trying to explain that to somebody.
Yeah, that's weird.
I hope they figure some things out with the beard protocol there. All right. I mean, God bless them. I love my alma mater, but not that part. Hey, guess what we have here? Got some sound from Provo. Got some sound from Kelly Poping. Anytime K-Pop gets on the mic and has to talk about getting this defense dialed up, he's the brand new face of the defense on the coaching staff. He's the defensive coordinator after the Jay Hill exit. And, man, K-Pop from practice. Obviously, it's early, but I think he's pretty darn excited about the personnel that he has. Here's what he said about getting practice underway. They're almost actually done. I think they're done at the end of this week. Their alumni games on Friday. This is the final week
of BYU Spring Football.
Right, so we'll sneak in as much as we can on these weeks that these coaches will talk to us. Here's what K-Pop said on Friday.
Yeah, just consistency. Like today ended really well. We just got to get the start a little bit better. But I was really pleased the way that we finished practice. There's a drive here or there where you're just like, those are the ones that keep you up at night. But I just think we got great players. We got some players that are out right now, so we have those pieces back in the fall. I'm super encouraged. Just really just the consistency part that that we got to get better at. But I think that's something you're always fighting. But we'll get there.
As far as position groups go, let's start with linebacker. Kedu Uluwabe and the guy from Kansas State. What has their impact been, and how are they going to help?
Yeah, Cade and Jake have been great, man. They've I thought both of them performed really well. They picked up the defense really fast. Both of them are super smart guys, very talented, very versatile. I think they can do a lot of different stuff for us. But yeah, we just need some leadership qualities to start to come out. I think when you're a transfer, you're kind of in that middle ground of trying to figure out what's my role, what kind of leadership can I have. I haven't been here. There's other leaders, so I think they're still trying to figure that out. But they're perfect fits for this place. As far as just their personalities and the characteristics that we're looking for, and as far as players go, it's exactly what we're looking for.
How beneficial could that be for a guy like Siala, who saw a lot of reps and now gets that added competition?
Yeah, no, the competition in the room is going to be fierce. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see how it all unfolds in the fall. We got great depth. Now we just got to get everybody, on the same page and making sure we're executing at a high level, and the consistency part, like I talked about earlier. But yeah, I'm excited to have a room like we have where there's great depth. Coach Anna did a pretty good job of recruiting those guys in, and I'm kind of taking all the the benefits from it. But it's I just feel like it's like that at every position really too as well. Yeah, I feel the depth on the team for the most part is excellent.
Justin Kirkland was a guy who wasn't able to perform like people wanted. He's back. Is he healthy? And what have you seen from Justin?
Justin's had a great spring, way different than the fall. He's healthy. He was a little banged up in the springtime or in the fall, but now he's healthy and he's going. And I feel like he's just playing with a better pad level. He's lost a little bit of weight. He's leaner, more mobile. He's playing super physical. He's hard to move. You try to single block that guy, good luck. A really strong, big, athletic guy that we need in the inside to help us play great defense.
What do you feel is this? How important do you think spring ball is for the development of your defense?
Yeah, I think for the most part, for the youth, I think it's the most important. The guys that are inexperienced, right? So for even Cade, that's an experienced football player, just getting him used to our defense. Jake as well, kind of the same thing. But these new, I think it's the most valuable for these freshmen that are coming in, and guys that maybe haven't played a lot, that have a lot of game experience, that don't have a lot of game experience. Those are the guys that benefited from it the most. But you get in the camaraderie part of it more in fall camp because there's a lot of guys that are out right now. I looked over there today and I'm seeing, Ciala Sarah's out, Isaiah Glasker's out, Evan Johnson's out. I mean, we got a bunch of key pieces that are out that are, nothing serious, but we'll have them all back. But it's just, once we get all the pieces together, I think we have a chance to be good. But that's, what I told them after practice today, we can talk about it all we want, and people can tell us how great we're going to be. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. We got to go put all the work in on the field and, take all the steps and go through the process, what it's going to take for us to be great.
What's the strength of your defense, you feel, heading into the final week of spring ball?
Man, it's a great question. I think we have strengths everywhere. I think leadership. If I'd have to say anything right now, I feel really good about our leadership. I think Keanu Tanavasa has done a great job there. I think Evan Johnson does a great job with the back end. Raider and Fale and Tommy Prasis, I think, great job in the safety room. I feel like leadership in every room is really good. Hunter Clegg with the outside backers. I think it's as good as I've seen since I've been here. And so it's kind of like we got to make sure we just stay out of the way and let them do their thing. A player-led team, something I learned from Bronco a long time ago, like a player-led team is way better than a coach-led team, right? So if we have to sit there and hound them and be on them all the time, we just don't have the right guys and we don't have the right team. But this team is a team that's holding themselves accountable, holding a high standard. Really, as coaches, we really don't have to say or do much. The players are doing that for us right now.
The guy that you just brought up, Tommy Parasis, maybe I'm curious on him, how he's progressed this year, because last year dealt with some injuries. How's he progressed? Is he kind of back to his original form?
Tommy looks great. Yeah, he looks as good as I've seen him. And that competition between Raider and Fale and him is awesome. And there'll be times where maybe all three of them are on the field at one time. But I feel great with the safety room. Ken Pula is another guy that's come along that we've been really pleased with. Jaron Kalama. I think that safety room is competitive. It's competitive everywhere, which is just a great sign of the depth that we have on our team. That's what it's going to be. And so for you to play early, man, you got to come in and learn the defense quick and get bought into the culture and the system fast. And I think that's happening. And it's fun to see the older guys really teach these younger guys too as well. And Tommy's been one of the best examples of helping these younger guys grow in that system, that safety.
You were on the field as a special teams coordinator. I couldn't help but notice when I was walking into practice today at the building. I saw you on the balcony. Does that mean you'll be like in the box or something? How will that work? Just decided?
Just practicing, Mitch, man. Just seeing what I want to do. Could be on the. I don't know. Honestly, I think in my first 13 years of my career, I was up in the box. So every season I was with Bronco, except for maybe one. At Virginia, I was up in the box. I think it was my last year at Virginia, I came down on the field, and so ever since then, I've been on the field. So my year at Boise, I was on the field. My last 3 years, I've been on the field. And so really just seeing what I like, honestly. And so I've had a couple times up in the box and a couple of times down on the field in these scrimmage situations, and just seeing what vibe is best. I don't know. I just, what worked for Coach Hill or what works for other coaches might not work for me, right? So I'm trying to see what's best for us, as a team, and we'll get to it. But yeah, right now it might be both. Who knows? Maybe there's some coaches that go up and then they come down at halftime. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll find out will help our team be the best that we can be.
Just to kind of play off that question, how's this defensive coordinator thing going for you? First spring practice, what have you learned?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. There's a lot to manage is what I'm learning as far as just I think back to my time with other coordinators, and whenever a position coach has a question, you go in and ask the coordinator. And now I'm realizing there's like 5 other guys coming to me asking those questions of how you want something done. And so, just being able to get everybody on the same page, getting everybody coordinated, and doing it the way that we want to do it is the most important. It's not. I'm not about like what I want. It's what we want and what we're best at. And there's a lot of really good coaches in that room that have a lot of really good ideas and experience. And so we got to use all the resources that we have to help us be successful.
K-Pop going from middle management up to the C-suites, and he's got to answer some questions that he didn't necessarily have to before. I love listening to the growth of the coaches, and we talked about this when Jay Hill left. BYU fans should be ecstatic for the legacy he left just in those 2 seasons. And the reality is that a guy like K-Pop actually could be the person that, this is the guy who played at that stadium. This is the guy who has the past with the school. This is the guy that knows what the expectations are from Kalani especially, right? But he also went out and had to do his own thing and had to figure some stuff out at these other schools that he was at. And by the way, you think about the special teams and how much better it's gotten under K-Pop over the last couple of years. Just that.
Terrific, yeah.
Just that. the attention to detail you have to have, and that kind of thing. So the good news is they've got a ton of talent coming back.
They just got a big recruiting win today, too. In-state.
Hey, Napoles, we'll get some breaking news sounder here because JJ's going to break some recruiting news here for us. Might as well, since we're talking.
We're on the topic.
Some BYU football here. Which one of these kids got $1 million today, JJ?
Mountain Ridge High School tight end and linebacker Titan DeYoung has committed to BYU.
Okay. Obviously, that's toward your end of the valley there.
One of the best in-state players, and it's a big get for the Cougars. A lot of schools around the country wanted him. He's big-time talent.
Uluave was a Harriman kid?
Mountain Ridge.
He was a Mountain Ridge kid. See, I know
one of the first early Mountain Ridge kids was Cade Uluave.
So you roll up when on the visit, and you walk him up to Cade's locker, and you chat with him and go, "Come on, man."
It's pretty easy.
Took me a minute to get here, but I'm here, and this is where I want to be, and you want to be there too.
BYU's got to win those battles for those 3-4-star kids locally, and Utah needs to win them too, and that's one where BYU got him. So,
is the young kid? Is he what is he? A 4-star, 3-star?
I'm not up on the stars. I don't know.
It's funny because we'll say them when we want them to mean something, and then later we go, stars are so stupid.
I know.
3-star. Annapolis probably is the one who gave him his star ranking.
He's a 3-star.
3-star. All right.
I don't know who decides that, but that's what it's listed as.
Like I said, I think it's Alex Annapolis, our producer. So
6'3", 215.
Annapolis at KSL.com
there you go.
Is his email.
Played both sides of the ball. 1,058 yards on offense. He had 77 catches, 8 touchdowns. One of them was one-handed.
But he's coming in as a
He's
going
defender. To play. He's going to play defense.
Yeah.
He honestly, I've talked to his coaches, and he's a guy that could really get after the quarterback if that's what they want him to do.
What'd you say size was?
Right now, 215.
What's his height?
6'3".
Yeah, I mean, right now
he's a big kid.
Right now they're putting through the system a lot of big linebackers.
This kid's putting up these numbers at age 16, 17. He's a big kid.
Good for him. All right.
He's going to be really good.
There you go. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we've got ourselves a couple more things to get through. We have a Sucks to Be You. Yes, we honored the Weekend Warriors last hour. This hour, we're going to get to the people who it was not very fun to be this weekend. There's a long list of them. By the way, if you want to win something, like a gift card to Amazon, if you can call us right now and give us the Chevy Strong play of the weekend that DJ and PK gave out this morning, take a wild freaking guess what the best play over the weekend was. And even if you can't think about that, or if you weren't even listening this morning, this is one of those weeks where you might be able to take a shot in the dark and get it. 801-575-ZONE. That's 801-575-ZONE. 801-575-9663. With an impressive lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. No wonder people are switching to Chevy. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we round the corner at the top of the hour, by the way, Matt McConnell, who does the TV play-by-play for the Mammoth, is going to join us in about 20 minutes here. So you don't want to miss any of that either. We've got tons going. Stay here, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
Every day, the world gets a little weirder and a lot more awesome. Cool Stuff Daily takes a look at everything from mining in space to the latest in the fight against cancer to how AI is, basically changing everything. It's all the cool stuff you didn't know you needed to know. Join us for Cool Stuff Daily as we take a quick look at science, tech, and the wait, what stories that make you sound way smarter at dinner. Subscribe to Cool Stuff Daily now, because the future's happening fast, and it's way too fun to miss.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Basking in the sports misfortune of others to help make you feel just a little bit better about yourself. As JJ and Alex present,
yes, we got beat. We got beat badly.
It sucks to be you.
All right, everybody, welcome back. JJ and Alex, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone. Yes, as the music said, everything sucks today. Well, not for us. We're having a good time. There were a lot of people over the weekend that had great weekends. Thanks for asking. Think of all the people we went through and we listened to all those. The Mullins kid out of UConn. I mean, I can't imagine a more fun thing to replay in your head for the rest of your life than remember when I was 18 and I sent our team to the Final Four over, what was that little team called that we played? They used to be a powerhouse back about 50 years ago.
Ow.
That's what I'm assuming he's going to say. No, come on. You hit it over Duke. That's actually what makes it crazy too. You hit that shot. You remember it forever. They're the people who don't want to remember, and it sucks to be John Shire today, who's getting all sorts of criticism on whether or not he has, quote unquote, what it takes to win a national championship. Do you remember when Coach K left? He's like, of all the people that have ever come through this program, there's only one person that I could give the ringing endorsement to be the head coach at the University of Duke. Or Duke University that would be anywhere near the type of success, not like that I brought or what he was saying. He was more saying that the highest level of expectations are at Duke, and it's John Shire. And by the way, he's had a phenomenal first few years. He's been exceptional. There were years Coach K didn't make it out of the round of 32 or out of the round of 64, round of 32.
He got knocked off in the first round before it happened.
Yeah, and it happens. And John Shire's gone deep every tournament he's been to. But the type of losses have been bad. Also sucks to be the other Boozer today. Caden Boozer, poor kid.
You know what, though? I'm going to give that kid a lot of credit. He sat there in the locker room, and he did interviews afterwards.
He owned
accountable.
it. He owned it.
Like, there's a lot of kids that would have ran and hid. There were seniors that would run and hide, and he didn't. He's taught well. Obviously we know who his dad is, and it's easy to show up when things are going well, but when you make a play like that and you're on the wrong end of it, it really takes a lot to sit there and own it. And he did. Give him credit.
Also, people who it currently sucks to be in the world of sports. Oh, Kim Mulkey, she's knocked out of the women's NCAA tournament. Tough to see the pink outfit's not going to be on the sideline for
gonna miss the fashion show, but other than that. Good riddance.
Oh, come on. Let me see here.
Sucks to be Devontae Adams. A little Rams thing I'll throw in there. The Rams, apparently, it got out that they explored trading him, but decided against it.
Don't like that info getting leaked out.
That doesn't make you feel good.
But why would you? Just as a money issue? Because, I'll tell you what right now. Can we all agree, and Annapolis has to get in on this too, Puka Nacua still needs a little bit of some babysitting.
Maybe a little bit.
He needs an A number one, like a wide receiver in the room that's the veteran, but also
needs a mentor.
But also the guy that will put his arm around him and go, maybe let's stay in this weekend, right? So I'm a guy like Devontae Adams. Cooper Kupp, I think, was different because I think Cooper Kupp felt more threatened and was obviously by Puka being there. I think Devontae Adams, you correct me if I'm wrong. Devontae doesn't feel like he's threatened by Puka. I think he looks at it like, I want to freaking win a championship.
He shouldn't, because he led the league in receiving touchdowns last year.
Not bad.
And he missed 3 games.
But if that stuff leaks out, if you're the Rams, what do you say? That's just business. You know how this goes.
McVay owned it. He said the reports that the Rams were exploring explored trading Adams were accurate, but said we have discussions all the time. We really talked about some different avenues of onboarding other players and how it might affect Devontae. So He didn't hide it.
He's still going to have that Taco Bell in his house, though, right?
Well, he's earned it.
Okay. Just wondering. All right. We're going to take a break here. We'll come back. Do we know anybody else who currently sucks to be? While you think of the last one we're able to throw out there, I'll remind you that the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week program is an ongoing, awesome program that we have right here on KSL Sports where we're able to honor the people who do an awesome job for the youth sports in their neighborhood. What do? You go to kslsports.com/contests. You nominate a person who does just that, lifts up the youth sports in your community, and does it really without any kind of fanfare. We want to give them some fanfare. We want to give them $250 to Beehive Meals. We want to be able to give them a shout out on our socials and also on the air every Thursday. We read off those winners, and so you can do that just by going to kslsports.com/contests and nominating somebody today. We're going to come back. Hey, let's talk a little bit more hockey here as we've got the television play-by-play voice of the Utah Mammoth who's going to join us on the program next week. We always get to talk to Mike Folta, but Matt McConnell is going to join us, and love having Matt on the program and dipping in there too. We're going to ask him what these next 8 games, cross your fingers, are going to be looking like. We'll come back next. More to go. 97.5 KSL Sports Zone.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
You deserve to feel better today. At Harper Clinic, patients report sleeping deeper, thinking clearer, and feeling stronger because mental health care is more than emotions. It's about your whole body. Work to lower your blood pressure, even boost your immune system. Get help to manage stress, focus, and reconnect. If you're facing anxiety, depression, or just feeling stuck, call Harper Clinic, 801-306-2345, 801-306-2345 to start feeling better.